View of a big blue front end and what it can do for you, the idea behind it is. So basically, I made this because I was sick and tired of constantly having to deal with different programs and their quirks and their dependencies and other programs. Like, for example, I'm sick of front ends that are tied to specific versions of emulators. No, I don't want to use MAME UI. I don't want to use MAME UI FX. I just want to play the stuff that I want to play and run the stuff I want to run. So this is a completely program agnostic front end, and it's very simple, in terms of the philosophy behind it. Basically, you can create arbitrary lists. You can group games however you want to group them. You can do whatever you want. Now, in this example here, I have games, movies, and TV shows. And in games, I have favorites and different genres, fighting games, maze games, platformers, puzzle games, and so on. In fighters, I have beat 'em up and versus games. In versus, I have Darkstalkers. This is a Darkstalkers series. And then in Darkstalkers series, I have the 4 Darkstalkers games. And basically, it's very simple. All I do is I point to a binary, and I pass it some arguments or command line parameters. I tell it which snapshot and video, and I'm good to go. That's it. It's very simple. And so basically, once I have a game configured correctly and I'm happy with it, I never have to change it again. I can have one list pointing to games that are run through, Mednafin or BSNES or MAME or Nebula. They can all be mixed and matched. I don't give a crap. I just want to do what I want to do. And I can have one list with Darkstalkers running in MAME 171 and Street Fighter running in MAME 180. I don't give a crap. Once I set something up and I'm happy with it, I'm done with it. Now, you can mix and match all this stuff, and to actually launch this stuff, I have 3 different user interfaces here. So here's a desktop interface. It's very simple. On the right here, we have a tree view of all of the groupings of things. If I go in Action Adventure, I see Action Adventure games. I can drill down in here, see the Castlevania games. And, it's very, very simple, easy to use. This thing is resolution independent. Can do run any resolution. You can customize the font size. You can change the background for this thing if you want to. You can search. To find anything you want. Very very simple to use here. So it's just a standard desktop program. That's fine, whatever. Okay, but then there are people who have arcade cabinets. They want to have an interface that works well with the joystick. So we can do this custom user interface, and I have these 2 custom themes, Flat Blue and Haomaru. And so if I choose that, then I have the same list but a completely different UI. So I can go through these categories and see these things or whatever. It's fine. And also, this thing not only supports like text search keyboard, it also supports like voice searches. For example, I can actually speak into a microphone and find a game. So Samurai Showdown. So there you go. Pro Gear. Pro Gear. Yeah, okay. Street Fighter Alpha 3. Okay. Yeah, so you basically get the idea. So, completely different UI, one that'll work with an arcade cabinet. There it is. And then, just to show you another theme, just to show you how radically different these things can be. Here's the other custom theme here. So, here we have a completely different list style. And you'll notice that the theming engine here is actually pretty powerful. It's not like Mala where it's really limited and you have to come up with all kinds of goofy workarounds for things. This supports full ARGB images, no problem with alpha layers. You can have animation, full, as you can see here, full animations. You can animate basically any object that you display in here. It's very powerful and very easy to use. All you basically do is just edit an XML file, and you can just say, yeah, I want an image list or I want a text list, and I want to show a background with these frames of animation and whatever. It's very easy, and you can set the transparency level of everything. So that's customizable stuff there. And then I have the classic theme, which is one tailored for arcade cabinets as well, and basically this is just a Street Fighter themed thing, and in this thing players 1 and 2 can actually fight each other to control who has the ability to select games in the list. So basically you have 3 completely different UI choices. You have a completely customizable arbitrary list. This thing can run anything. You can run stuff from DOSBox. You can run stuff from MAME. You can run a modern PC game. So you can have one list that has the PC version of Street Fighter 2 running in DOSBox, the Street Fighter 5 for the PC running, and Street Fighter 2 running in MAME, all in the same list. You don't give a crap. So that's the idea behind Big Blue. Screw front ends that are tied to specific programs, get out of my life. That's the idea behind this. So it's customizable, it's powerful, it's easy to use, and it's free, and the source code is available if you want it. A lot of work has been put into this program, to make it really easy to use. I mean, I use this thing basically to power pretty much all of my media things. I have one instance of it in my arcade cabinet. I got one on my home theater PC connected to a television. I can use the desktop one on my desktop gaming PC. It works well for everything. So that's Big Blue in a nutshell.